On Sunday, May 19, 2024, the U.S. Pentagon and Nigerian Defense Forces announced in a joint statement that all American troops ordered out of the country by Niger's ruling junta will leave no later than September 15, 2024. This timeline was the product of a 4-day marathon of intense talks between the country's defense officials in the capital city of Niamey. In these talks, the Pentagon lobbied for the extension of American troops' stay in Niger, while Niger's defense chiefs insisted that the foreign troops must leave in accordance with the demands of the military junta. Therefore, this outcome is one the Pentagon had hoped to avoid because it has long relied on Niger as its primary base for monitoring regional jihadist activities. Before we dive into our topic today, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channels and ringing the bell to be notified about all our exciting future videos. Tensions between the U.S. and Niger rose after Mohamed Bazoum, the elected president and a close Western ally, was deposed in a July 2023 coup. In August 2023, senior U.S. officials traveled to Niger for talks with leading figures in the new military government. In these talks, America called for the coup to be diplomatically ended and Mohamed Bazoum reinstated. However, Niger's junta did not budge, even after the U.S. froze its funding to Niger to pressure the military government to reverse the coup. In March 2024, Niger officially announced the termination of its military pact with the United States. Military spokesman Colonel Amadou Abdrahmane accused the United States of objecting to Niger's choice of allies in Russia and China. Colonel Abdrahmane also chastised the United States for its condescending attitude and threat of reprisals. But despite the tension between both countries, Niger and U.S. say the withdrawal would not affect the continuation of bilateral relations. American officials referred to Niger as an anchor in U.S. counterterrorism efforts over the previous decade, and they are still considering alternatives like Chad for filling that void. The officials stated that they hope to continue working with the Nigerian military on counterterrorism activities in the future, even if U.S. forces are not stationed there on the ground. Presently, U.S. troops and some equipment have already begun to leave the country, according to a senior military source and a senior defense official who spoke with reporters on a teleconference. The objective is to remove all dangerous, hazardous, or classified equipment before the last U.S. forces leave, but those that are deemed too expensive to fly out may be left for the Nigerian military to use instead, officials said. The United States will also leave behind the infrastructure created over the years to support the approximately 1,000 personnel stationed there to carry out counterterrorism tasks. Fewer than 1,000 U.S. forces remain in Niger, principally at an airbase at Agadez, about 920 kilometers from the capital. America's exit makes it the second Western power to withdraw from Niger in recent times. Last year, Niger expelled former colonial power France's troops, who were also deployed to combat extremists. As Niger withdrew itself from the West, it became closer to Russia. In April 2024, Russian military instructors arrived in Niger as part of a new deal with the country's military chiefs. Niger has also moved away from local democracy in favor of deeper regional relationships with Burkina Faso and Mali, both run by juntas. The trio have left ECOWAS, the West African regional bloc that rejected their armed takeovers. They have also left the French-backed G5 Sahel group, claiming it is ineffective and undermines African sovereignty, and formed their own defense pact, the Alliance of Sahel States, with talks of a unified military force and a new currency reportedly underway. All in all, Niger's directive for American troops to vacate its territory underscores a bold assertion of sovereignty and self-determination. By demanding the departure of U.S. forces following the expulsion of French troops last year, Niger's junta is emphatically signaling to the West and the international community that it prioritizes its national interests over foreign influence. This decisive action reflects the junta's confidence in its authority and its ability to independently navigate its security alliances and partnerships. By exercising its right to choose its allies, Niger is reinforcing its autonomy and the legitimacy of its government, demonstrating a clear shift towards policies that reflect the will and aspirations of its leadership and populace. Your perspective matters. What do you make of all American troops being forced to leave Niger, just like their French counterparts? Share your thoughts and insights in the comments section below. For continued updates on global affairs and diplomatic developments, be sure to subscribe to the New Africa channel. Stay informed, stay engaged. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to bringing you more insightful content in the future.